So how do you find the exact value of a certain trig without using a calculator? So here are the simple steps that I want to show you. And then the first thing is you need first to understand the special angles. Okay, so the special angles, we've got 0, let me start with 30 just. We've got 30, 45, 60. Yeah, sometimes 90, but we don't usually use 90. Yeah, but I've come up with a table that is going to help us to actually remember. So there is a video that I was explaining about special angles. If you have missed it, just check on YouTube, you'll be able to find it. So this is the table that is going to help us to know these special angles: sine 30, what sine 30 is, what sine 45 is, all the things. Now the first thing that we're supposed to know is we need to understand what we call a reference angle or a terminal angle. So reference angle is also known as a terminal angle. So what is a reference angle? A reference angle is the angle between the x-axis and the point of interest. So let's say we have this x-right plane. If I've got this part, I've got this part here in the third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So this is positive x and this is negative x. So reference angle is the angle between the x-axis and the point of interest. So this is the reference angle, this is the reference angle, this is the reference angle, and this is the reference angle. So if you have got the angle that falls in the first quadrant, you are going to work with it just like that. If it falls in the second quadrant, you say 180 minus that theta. Then if it falls in the third quadrant, to find the reference angle, you say that theta that you have minus 180. If it falls in the third quadrant, it's 360 minus theta. These are the things that we're going to be using for us to find the reference angle. The good example is question 1 here. So find the exact value. Do not use a calculator or table for the following. So now sine 225 degrees. So sine 225 degrees, what happens is it's simple and straightforward. So we're going to find this terminal angle. Here is the terminal angle that we have. So now we have 225 degrees. So 225 degrees. Now we need first to find the reference angle of 225 degrees. Okay, so what is the reference angle of this? Now this angle falls in which quadrant? In the third quadrant. So meaning that this angle is here. Now what did I say? As long as the angle falls in the third quadrant, to find the reference angle, we are supposed to say the theta which we have been given in this case is 225 minus 180. Then the reference angle is now this one. So everything here is 225 from this point all the way to this point of interest. But to find the reference angle, remember the reference angle is the angle between the x-axis and the point of interest. So 225 minus we do 225 minus 180. What are we going to get? We're going to get a 45, right? Yeah, we're going to get a 45, meaning that the angle that we are dealing with right now, it is now, we want now to find the sine 45 degrees. So if you find sine 45 degrees, it's the same as finding sine 225 degrees. But the issue is that this angle 225 falls in the second quadrant or third quadrant, and the sine is negative in the second quadrant, meaning that the answer, we're going to include negative. So using this table here, what is sine 45? So come here, sine 45 is root of 2 over 2. So say sine 45 degrees is root of 2 over 2. But this 225 is in the third quadrant and it is negative. So then this is my answer. Okay, so we do the same for the rest. Let's do part B. So we are looking at cos. So cos is 150 in this case. 150 falls in the first quadrant, so it is here. Okay, so to find the reference angle, this theta is now the reference angle. So we'll say 180 minus the theta, which is 150 degrees. So in this case, we're going to say 180 minus 150, it is 30 degrees. Okay, so this 30 degrees is my reference angle. Okay, so now what we're going to have now is we are now dealing with cos 30 degrees. So what is cos 30 degrees? So I'll go back here. My angle is here. Cos 30 degrees is root of 3 over 2. So I'll come here and say root of 3 over 2. But first, let us look at the angle that we're dealing with. We're dealing with cos. Is cos positive or negative in the first quadrant or in the second quadrant? It is negative. So then the answer has to include negative, and this is my answer. In case you don't know, if you have got the quadrant here, the first quadrant, the second quadrant, the third quadrant, and the fourth quadrant. So we say all student take chamber, meaning that in the first quadrant this all means all the trig ratios are positive: sine, cos, tan. In the second quadrant, s, which is symbolizing what? Sine. So sine is positive, the rest are negative. T is tan. In the third quadrant, tan is positive, the rest are negative. In the fourth quadrant, we have got tan or cos as positive, the rest are negative. So that's why here cos in the second quadrant it is negative. Okay, so that's what happens. You understand my point? You understand my point? So that's what happens now. Now let us look at the third one. It's actually the second one. So I think this one you can do it, guys. So I want you to find the exact value of this one. It falls in the fourth quadrant. Find the terminal angle and find the answer. Okay, now let us look at part D. We have got sec. Sec 420 degrees is actually the same as 1 over cos 420 degrees. Now if we look at it, if the angle is beyond this, if the angle is beyond this, okay, so the angle should be between 0, I can even just put it like this. The angle should be between 0 all the way to 360. If the angle goes beyond 360, meaning you are supposed to be subtracting, so you subtract 360 until the angle falls within this range. If the angle is negative, meaning that it is less than 0, you add the 360 until it falls within the range. What do I mean? 420 is beyond 360, so I'll be subtracting 360 until it falls in there. So I'll say 420 minus 360. What will be the answer? 0. It will be 0. Then 12 minus this, it will be 6. So it will be 60 degrees. Meaning that the angle here is the same as we are looking at sec 60 degrees. So that's what happens. So what we're going to do now is 1 over cos 60 degrees. So cos 60 is what? Is 1 over 2. So this one becomes now 1 times 2 over 1, which becomes 2. Now we are looking at the first angle. This angle 420 is in the first quadrant, which is the same as 60. It is in the first quadrant. So in the first quadrant, cos is positive. That's why the answer just becomes 2. I hope you have gotten the concept there. So if the angle goes beyond 360, you subtract 360 until the angle falls within the range. There are some times where you are going to be given maybe 900. Okay, you keep on subtracting 360 until the angle becomes within the range of 0 to 360. Now let us look at part E, which is actually the same concept. Now for the fact that the angle is negative, we are going to be adding now 360. So we'll say 135 plus 360, so that the angle should be within the range. Okay, so what is 135 plus 360? That is 225. So this 225 now is the same as negative 335. So we are dealing with now 225 as a positive angle. Now this angle is the same as we have got 1 over cosec is sine, so sine 225 degrees. Remember, we already found what sine 25 is here. 225, we found that it was negative root of 2 over 2, so which is going to be 1 divided by negative root of 2 divided by 2, so it will be 1 times 2 over negative root of 2. So we have got this. So the answer becomes so I would do it like this, is cosec. So how do I report the answer? You report it like this: cosec negative 135 will be equal to we're going to have what? Why are we having, so the one that we had that time, let me just take you back a bit. So we found, wasn't that 45, right? Then we found that it was negative root of 2 over 2. Okay, so then this now becomes negative 2 over this. You can either end here, but in most cases we don't want to leave the square root on the denominator, so we are going to multiply this by the conjugate of the denominator. So we multiply both sides by this, and this becomes negative 2 root 2 divided by 2. So 2 and 2 will cancel, so the answer becomes this. But you can still end there, it's alright, but the best way is to go further and end there. Okay, that is it for that one. So now you are solving C. I want you to go ahead and tell me in the comment section that question 4C, the answer is this. Tell me the answer. Let's now talk about F. So this one, let's first convert the rad into degrees. So converting the rad into degrees, you multiply this and you put the units in such a way that they should cancel each other. It will be 180 divided by pi, so that pi and pi should go. 3 here, 1, 3 into 18 is 6. So now we have got 60. 60 times 2 is 120. So now we are talking about, we are dealing about 120 degrees. 120 is found in the second quadrant. So to find the reference angle is 180 minus 120. So 180 minus 120, that is giving me 60 degrees. Now we are finding sine 60 degrees. Using our table, our special angles, what is sine 60 degrees? Root of 3 over 2. So we'll say root of 3 over 2. Now let us look at something that is actually interesting. So we are looking at the angle that is it is actually 120. 120 is in the second quadrant. Is sine positive or negative in the second quadrant? It is positive. Therefore the answer ends here. So this is the answer. Now I want you guys to go ahead and also look at part G. Just convert this into rad and then find the answer. Confirm with me. You are going to tell me the answer that for G the answer is this. So I'll be waiting for that one in the comment section. Now let us also look at part H. So we have got cos negative. Now let's convert this negative 5 pi divided by 3 times. It will be pi down, then 180 here. So what happens? We have got pi and pi will cancel. 3 here, 1, 3 here, 60. 60 times, so we have got 60 times 5, that is 3 zaza. Okay, meaning that now we are dealing with negative 3 zaza. But remember what I said, if the angle is negative, add 360 to get the positive angle, so that it should be within this range. Okay, so now if I add this, I'll end up having a positive 60 degrees. So this is the same as finding cos 60 degrees. So what is cos 60 degrees? And remember, this angle here, cos 60, it is in the first quadrant. Not so. After adding here, it is in the first quadrant. So that tells me that the answer will be positive. So you are dealing with the positive angle. So I'm not going to say, because this is negative, remember. So we are now dealing with this guy, 60. So what is cos 60 degrees? So cos 60 degrees, using our table, cos 60 is 1 over 2. So 1 over 2. Now this 1 over 2 it is positive because 60 is in the first quadrant, and this is my answer. Okay, let us jump now into part I. So we have got cot 13 pi divided by 6. So we are going to say 13 divided by 6 times pi over times 1/8. This pi to cancel 6 here, 30. So you have got now 13 times 30, that should be at least 390. So we have 390, but because it has gone beyond 360, we are going to say 390 degrees minus 360 degrees, which is going to give me 30 degrees. So now I'm finding cot 30 degrees, which is the same as 1 over tan 30 degrees. So what happens now is we have now 1 over what is tan 30. So tan 30, if I look at my tan 30 here is 1 over root 3. So 1 over root 3. But look at this. 30 is actually in the first quadrant. So the answer has to be positive. So it is 1 divided by 1 over root of 3, which is 1 times root of 3 divided by 1. So the answer becomes root of 3. But now I want to show you how you are going to present this answer. So you say cot, after doing everything, then you say cot 13 pi over 6 is equal to root of this. That's the answer. So now using the same concept, do part J, because this one you do the same. First convert it to degrees, then change it to the angle you are going to add the 360, so that it should be within the range from 0 to 360. Then do the math. So that is it on how to find the terminal angles, which is also known as the reference angles. So I hope you are enjoying this video. So if you're enjoying this video, we do have the same video you are from watching. We do have the full video with more practice questions that can help you to understand more. So get access to this video. Is going to help you to understand actually more in terms of how to solve. Okay, so you can just go on our website. Just go on Google and search Transcended Study Hub. You'll be able to see our website. Once you see our website, you can either create an account if you don't have an account. If you already have an account, you can just log in and subscribe, so that you should be able to access these videos. Okay, now we have compiled the question bank. The question bank comprises of the same topic you are from watching. It has got full practice questions, different ones which came in the past quizzes, exams, and the test. And this question bank can help you to understand more, and there's also a video attached to it with the solutions. Okay, so if you're having difficulties on how to go on our website, you can just give us a direct call or WhatsApp us using this number +2609795800034. Then this is the number for Transcended Study Hub. Get in touch with us, register with us, then you'll be able to enjoy more videos. Okay.